Hi, I'm Jonathan Rumer, one of the co-founders of ULife and Insurtech UK Council member. And today I'm really happy to be here with Neeta from Salesforce to have a fireside chat and find out a lot more about a company that we all probably know a little bit about. Good morning.
Very good morning to you, Jonathan. And it is such a pleasure to be here at the virtual fireside chat at Insurtech UK and with you, Jonathan.
Great. Let's jump straight into it. It's a beautiful sunny day, and I have no doubt that you want to spend some more time in the sun. So let's have a great chat, and we'll see where we go from there. So, Neeta, one of the things is I have no doubt that everybody who's listening to this knows who Salesforce is. But I know personally that I kind of think of Salesforce as an incredibly powerful CRM and kind of the inventor of SaaS. But beyond that, what does Salesforce do?
So that's a very interesting question, Jonathan, and we often come across this question. So for years, we've been talking about the fourth industrial revolution, where everything and everyone is connected. And as you know, Jonathan, today, the technology of the fourth industrial revolution is basically revolutionizing the customer experience, providing an opportunity to connect with customers in completely different and new ways. Financial institutions are becoming increasingly more aware that they cannot just provide this holistic financial experience on their own. And they need to cultivate an ecosystem of partners and position the product based on changes in the lifestyle of a customer and align those offerings based on the financial goals and needs of the customer. And that's primarily one of the things that we are seeing massively in the industry. Just to give you an example, Marriott has connected customer experience where one can basically check in, get an electronic key and order room service all through the mobile app, right? And that is how the customer experience is changing, and organizations that are basically aligning to this. One trend that we see, they're massively focused on customer experience. They're obsessed about customer experience. And that's something that they are, that's helping them succeed, right? And voice technology is letting people talk to their applications to get answers. And powered by artificial intelligence, these apps are becoming even more powerful. And that's something that we are seeing like artificial intelligence is making these apps more powerful. And with all of this, what's coming in, Jonathan, is data. Data is being gathered by these companies. And while it's important to harness this data, it is even more important to manage the data securely. And businesses must create trust with customers to protect the privacy and security of data. Financial institutions, I think, understand how critical this is and the need to be able to build trust into their products. But this, as you know, right, I mean, your interactions with various insurance companies, Jonathan, digital transformation is not easy for companies, right? We've been talking about it for years, and they are often met with many challenges along the way, which could be right from regulatory mandates, which are necessary, but have also, not, I mean, while regulatory mandates are necessary, it's not made it easy for the companies to focus on initiatives like digital transformations, right? And that's where Salesforce helps companies with Salesforce Customer 360, which is an integrated platform that provides our customers with a 360-degree view of their customers. With Customer 360, every employee across sales, service, marketing, commerce, compliance, basically across all the departments, can collaborate around the customer directly or indirectly to deliver the personalized experience which their customers expect. And in turn, this helps the companies transform from product centricity towards customer centricity. Along with this, our ecosystems, of partners and rich layer of APIs enables financial institutions to build apps within their platform which then provides them with rich insights about the customer. Another classic example that comes to mind is PensionBee, which is a fintech company, focuses on making pension simple for everyone. They started their company in 2014 and wanted to provide a mobile experience to their customers, with the goal to make pensions simple and engaging with Salesforce. Now, Customer 360 helped PensionBee to take the sting out of the savings for retirement with mobile app that helps the customers track every transactions.
Great, and I'd like to focus a little bit more there because PensionBee are a brilliant company, not Insurtech, but we'll still forgive them for that. But clearly Salesforce can do so much for all the big incumbents that either we're working with or competing with. But I'd like to just understand a little bit more around what you guys can do for Insurtech and more companies similar to PensionBee, and when is too early, because a lot of, I know certainly in the past I wouldn't have thought to coming towards Salesforce for some help because just assume we're too small.
So, I mean, Salesforce basically has something called as Customer 360 Partners, which is an app exchange, very similar to, a marketplace, which is the world's leading enterprise cloud marketplace. And App Exchange really, Jonathan, is a go-to place to find the right solutions and consultants to extend Salesforce across every department and industry. Now, the reason I wanted to mention a bit of this is just to give you a little bit of context on how organizations or startups and Insurtechs could work along with us. Now, each of this app is really customized to have Salesforce look and feel, and thus makes it very easy to extend Salesforce functions and that are suited for any industry and business needs. As of today, Jonathan, we have more than 5,000 apps on our App Exchange, and basically these apps can extend and boost Salesforce performance and functionality. It basically helps the customers get a wide range of free and paid software, automation solutions, and productivity apps, right? And the App Exchange is basically to promote innovation, and it helps developers or startups market their own products and apps to Salesforce customers. Now, 86% of Salesforce customers have installed an App Exchange app. And we have two programs here for early startups. We have Salesforce Accelerate, which is a 4-month virtual program powered by Salesforce for startups. It is designed to provide insights, learning, and support those startups based on their strategic alignment with Salesforce and accelerate their time to market with App Exchange. For more mature Insurtechs, we have App Exchange Partner Program to help them innovate and scale with access to larger markets and new markets. Besides this, Jonathan, I think you would be interested in you and other Insurtech companies would be keen to understand that we have a Salesforce Ventures team where we invest in enterprise cloud companies and have helped accelerate the growth of over 375 technology companies so far. In EMEA alone, we have a fund to co-invest of about 125 million pounds.
Brilliant. I know everyone out there is wanting to know is how best do they get in touch with you or somebody else at Salesforce to chat about those different options?
So you could, I think the companies could actually just reach out to Salesforce App Exchange Partner Program, and all information would be available there.
Okay, fantastic. So why Insurtech UK? Why did you join our incredible family?
We support some of our customers in insurance with their innovation and building ecosystems with Insurtech companies, right? And they are seeing massive benefits of customer experience growth and reduction in operational costs. And I think as Insurtech UK aims to bring together all sides of this conversation, it was nothing but an obvious choice for us to partner with you.
Good. I'll remember that. That kind of, I translate that into we didn't charge you enough to join. So I'll have to pass that back to the team that next year it should be double, so that you have to think about it just a little. No, but all joking aside, we do love having you here and involved in that. And obviously from our side, Insurtech is the next big thing, and we love that you guys got on to join early. One of the things you mentioned earlier in the beginning was around innovation and Salesforce. So we know the history. You know that you guys pretty much invented SaaS, and we have been one of the most innovative companies of the last couple of decades, or however long it's been. But do you still do it, or are you kind of just coasting now as one of the big boys, just carrying on?
So, Jonathan, as you would know, right? I mean, innovation is very crucial for a company to keep growing and sustaining, right? So Salesforce is a value-based organization, and innovation is one of our core values, along with trust, equality, and customer success. We are the world's most innovative company, according to Forbes. We are #1 in People's top 50 companies that care. As a technology company, we value constant innovation to advance our industry and company. And we offer 3 releases a year, and we are constantly innovating so that our customers can automatically access the latest technologies, which in turn allows them to innovate, build, and stay ahead in their business.
And are there any particularly interesting things that you guys are innovating on, just to give us a bit of a feeling of what's coming?
So we normally put in a disclosure over here. We normally put our roadmap, 2 quarters roadmap up front. Our ideas are always voted, Jonathan. So our roadmap doesn't just get decided in vacuum. It is a combination of 3 key aspects. One is, internal Salesforce, what we've gathered internally. Second is from our customers, what we hear from our customers. And third is from our partner, which is partners which are on the App Exchange. So we are constantly, hearing from all these, sources, and we then release a list of features and functionalities that we plan to build into the next few releases, right? Or innovate in the next few releases. And these ideas are then voted upon by our customers, by our partners, by employees of Salesforce, and the features and functionalities that get the most votes move to the next release of innovation.
That's brilliant. I didn't know that. That's really great.
Yeah, and so I mean, it's a constant journey for us from innovation point of view. So that helps us keep, not to innovate in vacuum, but innovate based on the industry needs.
Okay, so actually talking about that, I'd like to know what you see about happening in the insurance sector now, and trends. Good to understand what's happening, and also it can spark ideas for Insurtech as to what problems to try and solve for all of those, that innovation that's happening.
So I think the financial services marketplace is becoming increasingly competitive. And fintech and insurtech players like Nutmeg, TransferWise, YouLife, Lemonade, they're attracting both customers, whether they be millennials and VC support, right? And tech players like Apple and Google are also treading into this space. And I think it's very important to understand that the consumers of today are more loyal to experiences rather than brands. They're also increasingly adopting fintechs and insurtechs and the various innovative services offered by the fintechs and insurtechs as they come to expect mobile engagements from their financial services. So between increased customer expectations on one hand and the pressures created by current times of global disruption, on the other hand, insurance companies have no option but to accelerate digital transformation. Traditionally, most insurance companies have very manual claim processing with multiple handoffs. And today, I think it's all about being able to service the customers better, consistently through the digital channels, and provide ease of information and technology for self-service. I think this has become even more important in times like, with the pandemic crisis that's impacted all of us, and insurance companies are pushed to transform their status quo, optimize the right technology, and reskill their employees to cope up with new realities. And that's where I think insurance companies are looking at partnering with other firms, particularly those that can help them with the digital transformation and build, which have basically, tried and tested platforms and built in artificial intelligence to analyze the customer data, and yet, have proper integrations through APIs, etc. So I think partnerships can really help these insurance companies, large insurance companies, reach more customers and offer them better and more attractive offerings.
Do you ever do any form of matchmaking? So when you're working with the big companies and you find out their problems and things, and then you're obviously part of Insurtech UK, and you remember the 2 or 3 companies how you've met that could do that. Is that something you guys do, or is it kind of just left to the app exchange for customers to find on their own?
No, so we do definitely. So one of the things that I didn't mention is while our partners get onto the app exchange, depending on the industry and the product offering and where it fits in, there is of course an enablement session to Salesforce account execs, solution engineers, and to the wider audience, right? The customer facing audience, which basically helps our team, Salesforce team, basically to find the white spaces and pitch the right ISV. We call them independent software vendors, basically partners on the app exchange, to recommend the software or the product which would fit in really well and fill in the white space, whether it be in the form of, a classic example could be payment gateways or customer onboarding. So yeah, I mean, there are various solutions available on our app exchange, and we do recommend those as a part of our client interactions where apt.
Okay, fantastic. I think that is something that's really useful and valuable for us as a community as we grow and always look for different ways to interact with the bigger players that are out there. Thank you very much for your time today, and I look forward to Salesforce and Insurtech UK having a very long, very fruitful relationship.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to chat with you, Jonathan, and thank you, Insurtech UK, for having me over.